Yes, I'm in a neighborhood here. There's kind of a nervous silence and people hosing down around their houses. But this is North Lake neighborhood. We're right on Vista Point Place and Elk Ridge Road. And you can see Justin's been showing you, of course, the what's going on across on the lakes. We've got Castaic Lagoon right here. And you can't really see, the visibility is so bad right now across Castaic Lagoon. But that is Lake Hughes Road, where you can't really see right now because of the smoke so bad. This is Castaic Dam, and then just over the hill would be Upper Lake behind that. This fire now up to 5,000 acres. Yeah, and you were talking about how it must smell and feel, and yeah, it's obviously real dry air right now, blowing about 17 miles per hour, but this is definitely going to get worse before it gets better. We've got 40-mile-per-hour gusts expected tonight and then, or this afternoon, and then up to 55-mile-per-hour gusts tonight and tomorrow. So I've got a new friend here, Uriel. He's just evacuated from school. He's in EMT school at COC. Talk to me about what your story is, what it was like the last couple hours. I know it was very scary for you.
So I was in class, and then class was finished, and then I was on the way back, and then I saw a little smoke. And I didn't think nothing much of it. I'm like, they probably have it controlled. And then it started growing. And then I did a U-turn, and I went down here where it started to grow. And they evacuated us. I went up here where the neighborhoods are at, and they evacuated there too. And they told everyone to evacuate, and I couldn't because I just wanted to make sure everyone was safe. So after everyone left, I saw a elderly guy walking down with some suitcases. I asked him if he needed help. He did, and that's why I'm here, helping out and making sure everyone's okay.
Born to be an EMT. What do you think looking out at this?
It's tragic. Like I said, yesterday I was in Santa Monica. I was looking at all the houses I burnt down, and it was tragic.
In the Palisades?
Yes, and I had to stop here and I had to see if anyone needed help, because to have your house burned down like that is just, it's just sad.
Yeah, thank you. You are a true hero already in the making. Yeah, driving around here, you guys, there's a lot of people standing on their roofs, hosing down their houses. Just a real uncomfortable kind of silence right now as this fire continues to grow to now to 5,000 acres. And we're here in North Lake neighborhood, just talking to residents and trying to help them keep the ground around their house wet. I'll send it back to you guys.
Well, Haley, it's so nice to meet that young man there who is so concerned. I don't know if he's still there with you, but I think what we've really witnessed here in Southern California is how much the community has come together to care for one another. I would love to hear more from him about why this matters so much to him and how he's been feeling over these past 2 weeks, whether he's been in a fire zone or not.
Yeah, he's watching you guys right now on his app, so they want to hear a little bit more from you. Come back over here if you don't mind and tell us more about what this has been like for you and why you want to help.
I don't know. Since I was a kid, I've been fascinated with ambulance, like in the medical field, firefighting field, aerial firefighter. That's my plan B if EMT doesn't work. But I just really love chaos and helping people. That's just going up to people and seeing them at their worst and just being there and just telling them that everything's going to be okay.
And so Uriel goes to College of the Canyons. He lives about an hour away, but instead of heading home, he'd rather come into the chaos and see who else needs help. And you obviously helped that nice elderly man. I'm sure he was pretty grateful for that.
Yeah, he is. We actually have 2 of his kids out there.
Oh.
And we're just waiting for it to calm down a little bit, and then we're going to go down there.
Oh, I don't think it's going to calm down anytime soon. It only seems to be growing, and it is very, very hectic, you guys trying to get here. They did shut down the 5, even trying to just get off the exit, whether you're an emergency personnel or somebody who lives here trying to get your stuff. It's pretty impossible. So for good reason, obviously, they've evacuated the area. So if you are in the area or you're trying to come home and get your stuff, get out as soon as possible, because it definitely seems to be growing. Hopefully, as Matt said, it doesn't jump over the lake, but I know the winds are going to definitely pick up before they calm down tonight and tomorrow.
Well, as we look at your picture there, Haley, for a minute, How grateful we are that there are young people like that who want to get into the business of saving lives and fighting fires and rushing into a scene of chaos where so many people would be so terrified, like myself, to do that job. So how grateful we are that there are people who want to be in that industry. Obviously a great need here in Southern California. We are looking live at 2 shots here of the fire in the Lake Hughes Castaic area. If you don't know the area, it is north of Valencia. If you really don't know the area, think Magic Mountain here in Southern California. It is a major thoroughfare on the 5 freeway. It is my route to San Francisco, for example, to the Fresno area. A lot of trucking goes through that area. And so we talked about, Sandra was talking about the commerce there being halted with those closures there on the 5 freeway. Sandra Endo from Good Day LA has stepped away. Joining me now is Marla Tejas. Marla, back at it yet again.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot believe that we are 15 days removed from January 7th, of course, the day that the Palisades and the Eaton fires erupted, and we were wall-to-wall coverage. And here we go again with the Hughes fire. You were just mentioning the significant closure, the route of I-5, and all lanes of the interstate are closed at the Grapevine. So that will have a tremendous impact on traffic. Skyfox up and over the Hughes fire as it has grown to more than 5,000 acres. This erupted before 11 a.m. today, and I was listening to the coverage, and of course it starts off so small at 50 acres, and quickly it was at 3,400, and now we're well beyond 5,000. And of course, as we continue our coverage, we know that since we've been reporting more than 5,000 acres, no doubt it has grown more than that. I mean, just given the plumes.
It's been a minute since we've updated that.
And we see that. In watching your coverage earlier today, I was thinking how the Palisades and the Eaton fires, those were urban fires, urban wildfires, meaning right away they destroyed so many structures. That is not the case here, thank goodness, because there's so much land out there. Evacuation orders in place right now. Here's a list on your screen. Go ahead, Christine.
Yeah, Biscaloos, Bitter Canyon, Cambridge area, Castaic Lake, we've been talking about that, Charlie Canyon area, Golden State, Green Hill Drive. If you live in those areas, you know those as well. Hasley Canyon, Hillcrest Parkway, North Lake Elementary, Paradise Ranch, Ridge Route, Romero, and Sloan Canyon. We'll keep you posted.
All right, we have Matthew Seedorf. He's been talking to homeowners in a neighborhood. Matthew?
Yes. Matthew. Yeah, we're off of Lake Hughes Road. I'm having a little bit of communication problems, but you can see we're right at the edge of the fire. This spot fire just broke out right ahead of the flames. This is on the southern end of the lake. It's pretty intense right now. The winds are really whipping as the flames are pushing closer very fast. We just got law enforcement just came by and was kind of warning everyone in the area that flames are getting dangerously close and out of control. And you can see just more and more spot fires, and we're so close right now. I mean, you can almost feel the heat, and you can hear the crackling and the popping of the flames as this continues to grow and spread very rapidly. Yeah, it's just pushing to the southwest very fast at the edge of this parking lot right now, and you can feel the winds whipping. You can see just for a vantage point, the lake is to our right now. So that's playing defense for the town. But again, this is pushing on the southern end, all these flames very rapidly, and you can maybe even hear the winds as they pick up this giant wall of fire right now coming over Lake Hughes Road.
We are watching this spot fire here with you, Matthew Seedorf, with great concern. Grateful to see firefighters right there on the scene with you as well. You will know when to get out of there quickly, and they will let you know when you need to get out of there quickly. Obviously, from the direction of the fire, we see that it is burning uphill. That's got to give you a little bit of comfort there.
Yeah, we feel like we're in a safe place, but you can just hear it and feel it as it's going up this hill, just pushing and ripping right up this hillside right now. It's just, you can feel the heat and hear the roar as it's coming closer, and maybe you can even see all the stop sign and the trees as they are whipping around as this flame gets closer to this road. James, I want to see if we can possibly walk up here. I just want to see what law enforcement's doing. You're welcome to stay where you are if you need to. Wow, this is intense. You almost see the fire turning into little fire tornadoes as it's whipping around. It's really catching into the flames and the wind as it's crossing this road right now, pushing southwest across Lake Hughes Road, going towards the 5.
Yeah, I mean, we learned that the fire travels 17% faster when it goes uphill, so that's what we're witnessing here. We can hear the roar of those flames. Let's go ahead and listen in just for a second. Wow. Matthew, you were out there at the Palisades and the Eaton fires as well. I was just noting to Christine and our viewers that the difference between those fires and this is those were really just urban fires in that they were so all-consuming of local neighborhoods. And fortunately, there aren't a lot of structures where you are.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's mostly just a vegetation area. The lake and to our right is playing very solid defense, but as you said, this fire is just ripping and roaring up this hill. We've been able to hear it. You can feel the heat, and it's spreading rapidly. And I just want to peek up over this hillside, if you don't mind, here real quick. And yeah, it's all vegetation on the other side of this hill, which is good news. And we can see law enforcement up here watching it closely. But man, the wind, the gusts that we're getting out here are fairly significant. I would estimate probably 30, 40 mile per hour wind gust, especially as the flame gets closer. And you can almost see it take the flames and just continue to push it. And yeah, now we're seeing some thick black smoke over here. It looks like a tree is lighting on fire on the other end of this parking lot. I just lost my communication and my IFB, so I will no longer be able to hear you. But I want to make sure I'll try to dial back in as we can just take all this in. Remarkable as the flames are getting to the edge of the parking lot where we're standing right now. And it's almost creating its own weather pattern. And you can almost sense the urgency of people here as it's getting closer. I feel like we're in a safe place. If we need to keep pushing, we will. But yeah, look at that. Right now, the power poles up in flames.
Wow.
Is continuing to rapidly push. We hear the emergency alarms going on people's phones.
I lost IFB.
And we lost communication, so I'll try to dial back in, but
right.
We'll just keep this shot up right now.
Thank you.
Remarkable to see.
Yeah, so we heard our photographer there on the scene also talk about losing communication with us. Glad to know they are there with firefighters as well. But look at that spread. It is absolutely terrifying as we watch this there on the ground. We saw a FOSS check drop from the top of your screen on the left. Don't know if it's anywhere near where these firefighters are and our crew is, but we are concerned, of course, for their safety, Marla.
All right, joining us on the line now, I hope I get this right, Captain Robert Hughes with the Ventura County Sheriff's Department. Did I get that right, sir?
Yes, ma'am, you did.
Okay, well, thanks for taking the time out. We know that evacuation warnings have been issued for your county. Let's get your thoughts on, as you watch these flames and the large plume of smoke, what is your role in all of this?
Right. So currently, I mean, we're getting quite a lot of the smoke from the fire due to the wind directional blowing into Ventura County. So much of our area has been affected by that. As far as the fire itself, we're closely monitoring it and its progression as things go along due to the winds and the direction it's pushing it, which is towards Ventura County. Currently, we have 2 evacuation zones. The first one is under an evacuation order. That would be an area extending along the east side of Lake Piru all the way to the Los Angeles County border. And the second zone is actually under an evacuation warning, which is extending east of Camulos to the LA County border and north of the Highway 126 to Lake Piru. Those areas are primarily agricultural and ranch lands. There are spotted a small amount of residents located within there, but it's mainly agricultural and ranch lands at this point. Our Office of Emergency Services is working in conjunction with Ventura County Fire Department to monitor the situation and see if there's additional evacuation orders or warnings that might need to be issued for Ventura County. We also have, from the Sheriff's Office side, we also have additional resources that have been deployed in the field during this red flag event, and so they are too closely monitoring the fire and would be available to respond to conduct additional evacuation warnings or orders if it comes to that.
So, Captain, as I'm looking at your a map of your area here, I'm looking at Lake Piru there. It is to the west of the 5 freeway. It is a bit to the south to where the fire started there, the Hughes fire. We're talking about closures, though, also on the 5 freeway, being rerouted onto the 126, which takes you into Ventura County as you head towards the ocean. Can you tell us about what kind of traffic increase you're seeing or how this is affecting your area?
Yeah, so right now, I mean, and just in times past, that's always been an issue when the 5 freeway gets shut down, that's the alternate roadway for people to try and traverse through the area. I don't have any updated information on exactly what the traffic conditions are like currently, but I would anticipate that as time grows, that we'll get more and more people coming through Ventura County in order to reach areas in southern Los Angeles County by bypassing this situation.
Captain Hughes, of course, you just went through the devastating mountain fire that erupted in early November and destroyed hundreds of structures, including homes in Ventura County, right there in Camarillo. Did you, as you're looking at this, and obviously you have the evacuation orders and warnings for your county, I mean, it's like deja vu all over again. Let's hope not.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. I mean, you know, after the Thomas fire, which was, you know, one of the largest fires in California that affected Ventura County and Santa Barbara County to the degree it did, you know, we've become far more proactive in regards to when these things start up, and not only ahead of time in how we, you know, pre-stage our responses, but definitely in regards to, you know, when they're in effect. So, again, you know, we try to get ahead of things. We try to give ample warning ahead of time to people so that they have the ability to, you know, leave their residences when it's safe to do so and not waiting until the last minute.
I got to ask you, given that we've been through 2 devastating fires already topping off 2025, we're talking, of course, Palisades and Altadena, how thinly stretched are your people? What kind of hours has your team from Ventura County been putting in? Or have you been more stationed in your neighborhood concerned about your own area should fire break out?
Yeah, so again, like we haven't been requested or provide any additional resources to Los Angeles County as they seem to have what they feel they need at this point in time, at least from a law enforcement perspective. As far as from our county itself, ever since the early part of this week when the red flag warnings went into effect and the PDS was established, you know, we put additional resources, members of our tactical response team who deal with evacuations pertaining to natural disasters into the field on a 24-hour basis. And so we've had units running 24 hours a day since the early part of the week, and you know they will continue to do so until we deem it safe to have them stand down. And if I could say one thing real quick to anybody that's watching who are residents of Ventura County, I would strongly recommend that they keep track of things as they progress on vcemergency.com. It's a website that we have where we post all the updated information in regards to Ventura County when it comes to evacuation orders, warnings, the zones that have been established, and there's also a real-time incident dashboard and map that can provide information in regards to all the stuff that we've just talked about.
It is a great website, vcemergency.com. Captain Robert Hughes with Ventura County Sheriff's Department, thanks so much for taking the time out.
All right, thank you very much. Take care.
All right, you stay safe, and thanks for all you do. Skyfox up and over the flames that continue to ravage this hillside. Again, this is the Hughes fire. It's been burning for about 4 hours now beyond 5,000 acres. Started at about 50 acres. And if you're looking at the screen right now, you can see North Lake Hills Elementary School evacuated. One of the schools evacuated. Valencia High School is being used as an evacuation center. No word yet on any structure lost, and that is the best news that we can provide you. And it's also been interesting, before hopping on to the coverage with you, Christine, to hear from people who watched the coverage of Palisades and Eaton and who have since taken precautions to make sure that they don't end up in a similar situation.
It has been a lesson, I think, for much of Southern California when it comes to disaster preparedness as to how a fire can spread so quickly into many neighborhoods that you might not ever have imagined. People losing their homes who never had really fully calculated something like that happening. As we are watching the map here of this location, a reminder of the closures in this area. All northbound lanes of the 5 freeway closed just north of State Route 126 due to this fire. They're being rerouted on State Route 126 with the Antelope Valley 14 freeway also available. But this is a work day This is a busy day. I'm thinking of all the commerce that goes through the 5 freeway to and from Southern California, to and from Northern California. All of those big rigs that are now having to be detoured or pull off or go off their schedule because of this. And as you heard there from the Ventura County Sheriff's Department, as the fire is in LA County right now, the winds are blowing toward Ventura County. So keeping a strong watch on that in 2 counties here.
Yeah, and the lay of the land with our extreme nav technology gives you a better sense if you are familiar with this area, whether or not it still helps to, put everything into perspective. So just a reminder that the 5 is shut down at the Grapevine Road and also at State Route 126. This is from CHP Newhall, alerting drivers that the 5 northbound at State Route 126 is also shut down. Let's talk about the winds because that's the driving force for these flames. We have Sumata Khan here with our coverage, and you've been so helpful in talking about the wind speeds and what crews are up against.
Yes, good afternoon, Marla, Christine, and to everyone joining us at this hour. We have been on top of this fire since it broke out. It started very small. Wind speeds were sustained right around 15